Oh, what's going on, y'all? Dang, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? It's been quite a while indeed. I don't even know how long it's been. Was it been like 6 months? 4 months? We don't know. We have no idea. We don't pay attention. It has been since March 31st that we've been on here with y'all. And what have I been doing in that time? A lot of things, actually. Catching up on stuff. I've had to take quite a break from all this stuff here in order to get stuff done around the house and decorate and finish projects and relax and recuperate. And it's just, I got hurt at work and I'm still kind of dealing with that now, but that's fine. Read a lot of books in the meantime, went for bike rides, which is nice. Found a bike under my house. It's just in the, the crawl space underneath or whatever you call it. There's an old 70s bike down there that's in good shape. So I'm like, well, so I've been riding that around. Kind of cool. What else has been going on? Read a handful of books, like I said. Did some work around the house. Did a little bit of maintenance and stuff, and got those projects out of the way, and got rid of a lot of shit. Ended up inheriting some more cool shit. Here's one of it behind me. Another roll top desk. You got two now, D-Rod? Yes, I got two. Got that, got a fucking workbench for my shed and a bunch of goddamn tools, a grandfather clock, a couch, two dressers, all like old school stuff, like from the 1970s is a couple items, and I don't know when this desk is from. I'm not really sure. The 80s? Like, I don't fucking know. But older things, cooler things. Got rid of my truck. Now I'm driving a car. What else? Yeah. And just working, being miserable at work as usual. But a lot of things have been kind of swirling around in the head that I've been trying to make sense of. And the biggest thing I really was keen to do was to take the time to just, let everything come down and see where my focus is and where my life is at this point. And I wanted to really focus more on the people around me for a little bit instead of diving into this book stuff and falling in and being Mr. Isolation. Because I mean, when you write, you kind of have to be by yourself, I guess, to do that. I got an offer to play in a band, some gigs, make some money. Probably will do that at some point once I, find my shit that I gotta find. That'll be kind of interesting. Kind of play a little bit of stuff here and there. I don't know. We'll see where it comes for that. Get my chops back because it's been a long time since I actively played music. Um, I'm gonna have to let the guy know that I'm not. I like to joke around a little bit too much and not take things too seriously, and sometimes that could be offensive to some people because I ruin things. That's just my character, man. I can't help it. What else? I think that's the major stuff that's been going on since the last time we talked, which was what? March is the third month of the year. Yeah, 5 months ago. Holy molar! Yeah, I needed to recharge, man. I really did. The last Harrius Codex episode, quite possibly my best episode yet, and it's gonna get better and better. I have so many cool ideas, and in fact, one of the ideas is so cool that it's daunting to do, and I really don't want to, but I know it needs to be done because it would really enhance the story. So that's all that shit being said and done. Now, what have we learned? What have you gained, D. Radius, as some people call me? Other people call me D. Ray. Some people just call me Joshua. What would I have learned in this time? What are the shits that really struck at me? Some enlightened stuff. Well, I don't know. Some things I don't know if I can even say on here, you know? Some things about our world. But other things I've just I realized a lot about myself in that 5 months. Something I cannot run from, and that is my fucking I'm middle-ish class now, I guess. I don't know, you know. But I grew up poor and I've always worked my ass off, and like every guy I know is like me has a hernia, because you work so hard. And because of that, I have this different way of looking at life, um, seeing life. I'm getting my hands on things and working instead of sitting back and doing nothing. You know how rich people are. My job requires me to be walking around for 8 hours a day and lifting and squatting and lifting and squatting and all this shit. And so, like, I have a different perspective than your average YouTuber, that doesn't really have a blue collar background, right? And I learned that that's just my fucking voice, and I can't run from that. As hard as I tried, I always wanted to be more of an intellectual. I always wanted to not be what I am, and I wanted to have more of a colorful vocabulary, not in swear words like it is, but in, higher intelligence words and shit. But I don't have that, and I never fucking will. It's just not who I am. And I've learned to just embrace this. You know, my writing, there are times where I'm pushing beyond, for the most part, that's my inner voice. But there are times where I just think to myself, like, I'm going to just fucking say it straight. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. There's not enough real people in literature right now or on YouTube or anything. And that was like my biggest goal I always ever had was I wanted to be the realest I could be. And I wanted to with no filter and all honesty, just say whatever I want. But one of the reasons why I took the 5 months off, not only to recover, recuperate, and focus on stuff that needed to get done around the house and all that, but I was kind of grossed out by the YouTube stuff. By what do they call those people? Content creators. Kind of grossed me the fuck out, man. You sit on your fucking screen and you're gonna say shit that you think matters, and your fucking opinion's so important that people need to hear you say it, and you get paid for it. Or people that do reaction videos, people do unboxing videos, people that do, I don't know. I'm not really sure what, like, where they test things or something. I don't know. But it just grossed me the fuck out. I thought it was disgusting. And I didn't really want to be associated with those people. So I ran from this because I'm like, fuck this then. Because I'm not like that. I'm not going to be the fucking guy that sits there and has my little plaque behind me of how many subscribers, and I fucking tell you what I think, and oh, I think this is this person, and that's how people are. And it was so fucking weird. I really just find it disgusting. Because it's like it's kind of a bullying tactic in a sense. If like you're a YouTuber and you have a lot of fans and shit, and you're saying shit about somebody else, and all these fucking stupid people watch, and then they're gonna agree with it because God forbid they have their own consciousness. And you see them use that for weird purposes or weird opinions and stuff. And I just think that's disgusting. And so that's kind of why I stopped for a while. I was like, this, I don't know. I don't want to be associated with this. I want my art to speak for itself. Fuck the goddamn, opinions and thoughts and shit like that. I mean, what the fuck is that about anyway? It's not natural for thousands, if not millions of people to know how you think and feel. That's so unnatural to history. It's not right, you know? You're creating consciousness for people. That's disgusting. That's the shit religion gets into. And you know what I mean? Fuck that. Fuck all that. And so that was my that was one of the reasons why I just thought, nah, I'm done for a while. I'm not gonna fucking do this shit. This is just weird. And it was really hard to talk myself back into doing this again because I had no need to. And the longer I was off of, I wasn't writing the whole 5 months either. The longer I was off of that stuff, the more I was like, yeah, fuck it all. I don't want to do any of that ever again. Maybe I can just be myself. And I fell into the job a little bit more. And but then I'm like, is this all I want to do? Is just be a guy that works at this grocery store, and maybe one day I can make more money, kind of stuff? Or so it got kind of confusing, and that's kind of why I'm right here to say, what is the major overall gain in the 5 months being off? And in the grand sense of things, not as much as I want to believe. I have a very good sense of myself, who I am, and what matters to me. But then there's this like, should I even write in a sense, not like for myself, of course, but for other people? Like, what was the point of writing? What is to write? Do I really believe in what I say in these stories? Am I being 100% honest in the stories and allowing them to open the way they should? And then there would be stuff like that, or there'd be things where maybe I'm, how do you word that? Maybe I'm being like putting on an act or something. It's like, well, no, not really. It's just, it's strange when you walk up to the camera and you start to speak, you know. And I tell you, I don't really plan any of this, right? And I start speaking. I don't say any of this shit when I'm walking around, right? I'm not like at work talking like this. I'm not necessarily talking like this in front of my wife. This is a whole nother right? A whole other person speaking to you now that wasn't even thinking remotely like this when the camera was off. I was being alive and in this moment here in my home, working on things and stuff like that. Okay. Like, am I being honest then when I'm here, or is this just an opportunity where I open the door to another part of myself? Because I never want to come across as like somebody that's being phony. Because there's so much of that out there, and you're well aware of the fucking phoniness. That's probably the fucking one of the reasons why you're here, is because this is the one place that doesn't feel fake. And it's more honest. It's more, I'm not sitting here with high technology all around me and ultra fucking expensive cameras and millions of subscribers, and I'm forcing fucking advertisements on you for stupid reasons, just for monetary gain. Like, I deserve all this money. I work hard. I deserve to, like, I, that's probably one of the reasons why you're here, is because I'm not doing that. I don't tell you to do the thing that clicks the button below the video here. It begins with an S. I don't tell you to do that, or to the L word. You know what I mean? I'm not forcing shit on you. I'm not like treating you like a fucking retard, where it's like you got to say these words and then have it appear on the screen so they can know to click on it and they can be the S word thing. Why would I do that to you? I'm not a fucking product, and you're not a fucking slave to do what I want. Buy my shit, like, owe me a cup of coffee. It's only a cup of coffee. It's just, I don't know, man. I find that shit fucking stupid. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of all the fucking YouTube shit. And again, this is mainly why I was gone. Just, I don't want to be that. But then at the same time, I'm sick and tired of like this kind of video, and someone comes along and goes, yep, thumb that down. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, get out of here. Who does that? Leave the room. Like, then there's that side that gets irritating where people do that shit. Like, who thumbs down something? I don't think I've ever thumbed down a video. That's weird. You just say, don't show me this channel again, and then it's gone forever. You don't have to worry about it. You came here. You walked in this room, weirdo. So that side of it too was kind of irritating. Luckily, it wasn't so bad, because anytime the algorithm would get to a certain point, I would stop making a video, so it would get me off the algorithm. And because it happened a couple times where like we got like 1,000 more plus views on some videos, and I was like, I'm not into this shit. I'm not into, because the fucking people that come out of the woodworks and their weird little opinions, it's like, just, I don't know. It's bizarre to me. I'm, not that I don't appreciate someone talking to me. It's just there was a couple people, or more than a couple, that use it as opportunity to say some strange things. This black guy was kind of, I don't know what he was on about, but his racist shit, like white people this, and I don't like white people, but I have a white girlfriend because I'd like to dominate white. I don't know. He was being weird like that. And I was like, get out of here, you fucking freak. Like, disgusting fucking people. But you can't really control that, and that's life. I can grasp that. But I can control my own life if I feel so, inclined. And I thought to myself, well, why the fuck not? Just walk away for a while and see if you even want this. If you don't feel the call, then it didn't matter to begin with. But then, some people reached out to me about this. Some people actually enjoy, I don't know how or why, but whatever I do on this channel. And I thought, like, why not be a piece of shit? Just kidding. No, I just thought, like, give it a shot. I don't know. Because it's at the end of the day, this keeps me where I'm not getting lazy. Because I mean, not like I was. I mean, there was so much shit I was doing. I physically hurt myself. I was working so hard, but I mean, artistically lazy. Because I will get artistically lazy. It's been 5 months since I even worked on the next episode. It's mostly typed up on the typewriter, yet to be, put on the computer here to be made into a video. And it would only take me a week of work, but I'm so exhausted that I just, I've been prolonging it because it's tough. It's really tough for me to work where I'm working and all that. But things are falling into place, things are getting a little easier, and life is kind of moving in the right direction. But the biggest thing that I want to say is there is no fucking time limit. Imagine, for instance, biggest example I can think of right now is Tolkien, right? If he fucking rushed his ass through it and tried to make sure that he got all the Lord of the Rings out in his 30s, how much different would it be if he didn't let it ferment, is one word, or cook, or grow, whatever word you like, over all the way until his 60s? Like, because it was able to grow in his life, the story has more realism to it. I think that's the downfall of writing, is pumping out stories so quickly. It's like a good story will take your life. It will be your life. I don't need to write 50 books. I only need to write a few because it's parts of my life and how I feel. And not only that, but thoughts mature, ideas mature, characters mature, the way you see things, or the plot can mature and all this stuff instead of rushing it through. If I would have fucking rushed it out in my 20s, the story would have sucked. But I allowed it to grow as I did. And that just means time. And I'm okay with time. I know I'm going to fucking die. And I'm okay with that. So why not walk as the world does, slowly ever on, one revolution at a time, until the story finally unfolds itself like a flower, to blossom, to grow, and to get the sunlight, to return back, wither away, die, and till the next one comes along. That's what the fucking story's about. And so, in closing, that's what we're up to. That is an update on where we are and what's been going on and what's coming ahead. Well, I will be finishing eventually the next episode of the Harrius Codex, and it is going to be better than the last. It might be a little more offensive. I don't know. I don't think we'll get copyright strike or whatever. I don't make money, so who cares? Like the last Harrius Codex episode cannot be seen in Russia or Belarus because Rod Stewart. You know what I mean? Rod Stewart doesn't want the Russians to see his music. He's like, I don't want them to have that. Or the record contract, whoever the fuck, EMI or whoever it was, I don't remember. Hopefully that doesn't happen in this episode. But if it does, sorry to the Russian people. Skip Brave browser or something, you can get past it. That's what I use. And you don't have to watch commercials anymore. You can just go to Brave browser, go to YouTube, and all of a sudden, commercials are gone. And you'll never see them again. And blocks don't work and all that. So I highly recommend just use that. If you ever have, if you're like me and you get sick of commercials and they make you want to blow your fucking brains out, well, there's your route. You can watch YouTube for free. that's it, guys. Shorter video, I think. I don't really know how long this has been, but I don't know if we're back, but things are coming down enough where I don't have a bunch of projects that I have to focus on. I got them all done around the house now, except for a couple new ones that popped up. But I'm ready. I think I'm ready to begin the writing of the next Harry's Codex, and I shall see you guys in the next one.